In this session we're going to talk about winches. This is a winch. It's a 2-speed self-tailing winch. It sounds quite a complicated name, but it just describes what it does. So the parts of the winch are that we have a drum. This is a drum and it rotates. Only rotates in one direction, so if you're ever not sure, put your hand on it and push it just like that, and this way it won't go back. It always rotates clockwise as you look down on it from the top. So this is the drum. This bit here has been made deliberately rough so it will grip the rope when we wrap the rope around the winch. This we call a feeder arm, and these are the jaws of the self-tailer. And then this socket on the top is where we put the winch handle. So these are winch handles for our winch. So they have a sort of gear shape to them that fits into the socket on the top of the winch. This one is just a straight fit, so it fits in and lifts out. There's no retaining clip. This one has a button which moves some ball bearings here, so when we put it in we can't get it out unless we push the button in to pull it out. There are some which also have like a small lever here which you have to turn to enable the winch handle to come out. So now we're going to talk about how to correctly put the rope around the winch and to winch. This is our halyard, our spare halyard for the dinghy. If we want to hoist the dinghy, which we do, we're going to put the rope around the winch. Which way do we do it? If we can't remember, give the winch drum a little turn. It only goes one way, not the other, so we want to go the way it turns. We're going to hold the rope, make sure our hands are kept away from the drum. We don't want to catch our hand between the rope and the drum. You go around, winding round. So we've gone round 2 times, and now I'm going to pull it until I can't pull it anymore. And now I'm going to go around an extra 2 turns. The more turns around the winch you have, the more friction there is, the less likely the rope is to slip. Then I go over the feeder arm and into the self-tailing grip. Give that a good pull. Now I can actually let go. I can take the winch handle, put the winch handle in. Make sure the winch handle goes all the way in. If it's halfway in, it might flip out while you're winching. So now I can turn the winch handle. There's 2 directions I can turn this. If I turn it in the anti-clockwise direction, it turns quite quickly. If I turn it in the clockwise direction, it turns quite slowly. If I turn it anti-clockwise, it's more difficult for me to turn it. In the clockwise direction, it's easier. So the method we do is we put the rope around, we pull it, put it into the grip, then we're going to winch it in the anti-clockwise direction until I can't winch it anymore. And now to put more tension on if I need that, I go in the clockwise direction. Notice that I've got both hands on the winch and I'm getting my body weight over the top of it. So the winch here is fully loaded. There's a lot of tension in this rope. There's 2 ways to unload the tension. We can either do it slowly and ease it out, so we're adjusting the sails, a small adjustment, or we control the easing of the sail. Or we can take the rope, take it off the winch completely, unload it completely, as though we were tacking. That would be a very fast manoeuvre. So now we're going to ease out this rope. I'm going to put my hands flat on one side. This way I can control the coils and make sure they don't wrap over the top of each other. Take the rope out of the grip and still gripping it in my right hand, I'm using my left hand to turn the coils on the drum. Make sure you don't get your fingers in between the coils, keep your hand flat, and slowly I'm easing out the rope. So if I want to suddenly unload this or unload it rapidly, if I get out of the grip, I'm holding it, I've made sure the rope is free to run because now it's going to rush forwards. Now I'm going to flick this rope off the winch and then let go. So we're just going to recap a few points about the winch. The winch drum will only go one way, clockwise. It can't go anti-clockwise. So when we put the rope round, we're going to make sure we're going to put it round in a clockwise direction. When we put the winch handle into the socket, make sure it goes all the way into the socket so it can't come out while you're winching. Also, when handling the rope on the winch, make sure you don't get your fingers or your hand between the rope and the winch. When you're easing out the rope, make sure your hand is flat on the winch. A good tip when putting the rope onto the winch is to have your small finger towards the winch and grip the rope with both hands. We can go around the winch, then move our hands away. Go around the winch and then move our hands away. to start with, that might feel a little bit unnatural, but with a little bit of practice, you'll soon pick it up.